just try to judge me off that structure, and then tell me like how my speaking is, like if I'm pausing a lot or like if I'm saying anything like that.
Okay.
All right. Start the video. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Today's quote: "Everybody wants to rule the world." A lyric from the song "Tears for Fears." Now, the quote today, I interpret it as everyone wants control. Now, let me give you a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. "Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The yearning for eventually maintaining manifests itself." Sorry. And yet, I disagree with this quote today for my main 2 points of freedom and happiness. Now, can't read it. "The secret of freedom is courage." That is not the full quote, but that is partially a quote from Carrie Jones. Now, when it comes to freedom, an American like me and you, we might think of 1776, the American Revolution, when our founding fathers fought for their rights, for freedom against the British. Now, whenever I think of fighting for your rights, I think of the Beastie Boys and their song, "Fight for Your Right." Now, that's not the full quote. It's kind of out of context because they're talking about partying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but I also think of freedom as being on your own, like being in a secluded cabin, like a very popular YouTuber, Luke from the Outdoor Boys, has this like secluded cabin in Alaska that no one knows where it is. It's off the grid, and yet this guy has the ability to put electricity in one of these buildings, and yet he's able to do all of this by himself with no help, not looking it up. He has the knowledge for this stuff. He is a really smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He can survive. If there was one person in this world that I thought that I would want to be with in an apocalypse, it'd be this guy. This guy knows what he's doing. Love is that condition in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own. That is a quote from Robert A. Heinlein. Now that brings me into my second contention, happiness. Some people just want a family. That's what I think of whenever I think of happiness. Now, something that came to my mind was Bruno Mars and the titles of his songs. "Marry You," "Just the Way You Are," and "When I Was Your Man" are a couple of his songs that I think of. I'm like, man, this guy really wants to have a family. This guy wants to be happy with someone he loves. And that is why it's a great point to happiness. Now, it also comes whenever I think of happiness is religion. Because I think of nuns and priests who devote their life to religion. Now, you could specifically think of Catholicism, and that these people are devoted their entire life. They don't care about anything else other than what God is providing for them, and they are happy. They wouldn't be doing this if they weren't happy and if they didn't like it. That's why being happy is really important to us, and not just the fact of everybody wants control. These people aren't wanting control. These people are wanting happiness and freedom. Now, that is why I disagree with today's quote. And why, when MLK said the oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever, the yearning for eventually manifests itself, is such a strong quote that counteracts what I think our quote was today. Thank you.
Stop the video.